All right. Welcome to the first edition of Panic Unpacking. My name is Chris Panic, and I am addicted to cracking packs. So I figured I'm going to make the best of it and let the internet see my bank account decline. So I guess here we go. Of note, I am new to this, if you couldn't tell from the start, so I would expect things to change. I might be able to do better framing, lighting, who knows what. Time will tell how things might change. So today we are going to open the Modern Horizons 3 Gift Bundle Edition, or the Bundle Gift Edition. Excuse me for saying it wrong. I've been holding on to this one for a bit, so I'm excited to finally open it and lose some money. So without further ado, let's get to it. I do appreciate the little pull tab to open this open. Open it open, totally makes sense. I myself am a longtime Magic the Gathering player. I've been playing for almost about 16 years or so. I wish I started in high school, but instead I blew my allowance on the Marvel Overpower game. So I did miss out on a lot of the alpha, beta, and all the other fun stuff. Of course, I just want to note we have the bundle, which we all used to know as the Fat Pack. That is no longer the case. The whole construction of it is everything is totally different, but it's still not so bad. It's still a good card holder, except I have one complaint. Let's get this open. I do miss the little square insert in here. So we have this thing opened. Let's pull out all the contents. We've got the meat and potatoes here, but we'll put that aside for now. Did forget a pack. And to start in here, that little square box, that was pretty awesome. I do miss that for sure. All right, we got ourselves a shiny, neat little spin down dice. I'm sure most of you have watched this, have seen this. I'm sure most of you just want to see what comes out of the packs. This will go into my box with the millions of other spin downs that I have. We do have our land pack, and looks like I got a power balance. I'm probably not even going to bother opening these. I'll just let them sit for a while. Nothing really to note there. And we got this cool little cardboard insert. I don't know about you all, but it's kind of neat for pre-release or whatever to have some of these if you don't have them on hand. I always look at these things and think, one day I might use some of this stuff, but let's be real here. I'm probably not going to use it. I have dice, got other counters. You can just get rid of that. And then, of course, the meat and the potatoes of the video. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the new play boosters, and one fancy shiny collector booster. I am not going to hold any kind of hopes that we're going to have any kind of serialized card or anything special in here. And honestly, we are probably just going to see me lose out on the money I spent on this thing. But it's okay. So that's kind of how it goes with these games, right? Most of these cards are going to end up hanging out in my collection in the boxes in the closet. As I'm sure most of you all probably have. And then one day maybe I'll play them. We'll see. I do sell singles on the side, so don't be shocked if any of these cards end up online, driving the prices down. But let's be real. Most of these are just going to end up in the closet, in a box, until I think of that one common that's like, oh, my commander deck totally needs that thing. Let's go. Without further ado, let's get to the Kraken. So, play booster number 1. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the commons, maybe a little bit for the uncommons, but let's not bank on that. All right, commons, nothing super substantial. All right, uncommons, nothing super fancy to note. And we got a fetch land, a Flooded Strand. Hopefully these are getting close to the bottom, but we will see. I'm not really worried about holding on to those for too long. I'm just going to keep them and use them and play them if I have to. And then we got our foil bespoke battle wagon. I don't even think it's anything worth holding. Note, I set this aside because the foils, I don't like keeping them with my commons, uncommons, because they end up curling, and then they end up curling the cards that I have. All right, let's go to pack number 2. All right, we got one of them fancy art cards. I might want to tell a story about some of those in a little bit. Evolution Witness. I do want to talk about this one. This one was kind of really fun in some of the drafts and everything I've done. I don't know how playable it is, but definitely some cool synergy. Me, myself, I kind of love some graveyard mechanics. I'm a Golgari Dredge player. Can't play that anymore, can ya? All right, moving past uncommons. Nothing super fancy. This might be good for my Skullbriar deck. I'll hold that aside as something maybe I'll play another time. And Echoes of Eternity for the rare slot, and in the back a Basking Brood Scale. We'll just set that in the foil side. Now I do like some of these art cards, and it's even more fun seeing some of the gold etched ones. It just gives me a harken back to some of the 90s collector cards, such as Marvel Universe, Fleer Ultra, Marvel Masterpieces, all that stuff. I don't know if there's much of a interest in any of these art cards, but they exist. Some of the art's really cool. Some of it is not. Let's get another pack 3. Glimpse the Impossible. I think this was a star in the new Storm deck that didn't really get anywhere. Probably only talk about the first one in the pack, so it's probably going to be the only notable one. Unstable Amulet. I think I just got the Storm pack. Let's laugh and see if the rare slot's packed full of something fun. Expression Ray, Victimize. Oh, and a Windswept Heath. Let's set this over here. And it's just a little too ironic, but I don't think Storms really do much, but this kind of was the Storm pack, so I guess we can just call it that. Foil land. Just set this aside. And speaking of the gold etched art cards, don't know how much of an interest in these things there are, but I will keep this inside just in case. All right, pack number 3. Please let me know if I miscount. Remember, this is my first time doing this, so I'm very new and very green. Green-black, that is. All right, nothing so far to really have fun and talk about. Rattle in the Implicit Maze. I don't know if anybody watching this, if I do ever get any views, how somewhat fun and not fun the Dragon's Maze block was. I loved Return to Ravnica and Gate Crash. I did love the Dragon's Maze pre-release and all the fun stuff with it, but whew, that set, I think everybody knows that one really well. Oh, and here we have a Phyrexian Tower in our rare mythic slot, and then a fetch land. I will set these both aside. I'll try to keep the fetch lands on one side and other notables on the other. Probably by the end of the video or afterwards, I will end up getting all these things placed into sleeves. I will not do that right now because I kind of want to just get to the end. This is my first video. If you can't tell, you can't really see much past the camera, but I am sweating bullets. Pack number 4 comes with an energy counter. I do find it really interesting that energy is in the set. I don't know if any of y'all remember the Kaladesh Standard and all the energy things that were going on there, but energy seems to be a bit of a broken mechanic, and I would not be shocked to see energy pulling up some numbers and doing some broken things in Modern. Only time will tell. The set's only been out for maybe about a month or so now, so we still have a lot of moving and shaking to do. Let's squeeze past all the commons and commons and get to the Party Thrasher. This one, actually, I kind of like it. It's pretty neat art. Can't note much about the playability. I think there was some interest in this card, but not sure where it's really at. And a foil Colossal Dread Mask. Perfect for the memes. I will keep that in the side. Perhaps that will end up in a sleeve. Only time will tell. Moving to the next pack, and if you didn't notice, I have lost count, and I'm not going to pretend I know how to count, so we'll just end it there. We got the Watchdog, Nyxborn Hydra. I did love the Bestoic mechanic, and I'm really excited it's in the set. Hopefully it's going to start pulling some things in Modern. Holding on to a couple Nantukos just in case, but I do want to try to play them if I ever play Modern again. I'm still burned as a Dredge player, but I'm a Dredge player. And rare slot, Toxic Deluge. Definitely going to hold that for my Commander set. And Ocelot Pride. We'll just set that aside right now. And nothing else substantial. I'm going to keep the tokens inside because I do like to keep the tokens. Let's move on to the next. So as I start doing more of these, I will probably end up coming up with a better way to organize my cards. I am definitely open to suggestions. If anybody ever sees this and anybody ever feels like commenting, please let me know. I do watch a lot of other videos of people doing things like this. I just don't want to copy them, and I'm going to eventually figure out my own flow for all these things. And moving into this pack, we have Imskir Iron Eater. Affinity for artifacts. When there's battlefield, draw X cards, lose X life. Yeah, I'll set this aside, but I don't know if that's much of a hit at all. We got a random foil. And nice Kozilek art card. These will typically what I do with these art cards is they just sit in my binder and just hang out, which is probably not the best use of my binder space, but what are you gonna do, you know? All right. So far, I think the Ocelot Pride was a good hit if you're looking for monetary value. Toxic Deluge actually is a good hit for Commander. And I do like the fetch lands. I will hold on to some of those, but I don't know. Like, as I said, I'm a long-time Magic player, not that long, but I did crack a lot of Khans of Tarkir boxes, let me tell you. Wish I still had that money, but it is what it is. I had my fun. All right, getting over to here. Arcway of Innovation. Sweet, just set that aside. Gargoyle foil, nothing too fun. And a Rat with Lifelink. That'll probably be a nice little token to have for Burn Willow, if I spelled the name that right. Please let me know if I said anything dumb. All right, and into the last pack. Let's keep going. All right, Kappa Cannoneer, improvise with Ward 4. I don't know much about this, so we'll set it aside. And we also got 6 without Ren. Don't know how good this one is, but we'll set that aside for now. Siege Gang Commander and the Phyrexian Germ. All right, moving on to the last part. This will be, well, we can't call it steak and potatoes. It's definitely not the bread and butter. I guess we can call it the dessert. This is probably the only thing anybody really cares a whole lot about, so let's see if I get a good hit. I do miss the pull tab on this one. It is what it is. Let's try to open this with care. Watch me totally end up ripping whatever's in here. All right, I can get excited a little bit, but not really, just joking. Foil tokens. They're fun and all. Double-sided makes it kind of a pain in the ass to carry the right ones, but it's still better than having nothing. Collector booster. Commons, blah, 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 uncommons. Let's move to the rest. Foil land. For Old Border, we got Tireless Provisioner and the Cursed Mangler. I'll keep that maybe for Commander. And a foil Ugin's Labyrinth, as well as Trench Post and Pearl Ear Advisory. And nice. I'm kind of glad I got this one on camera. I don't know how good it's going to be for me, but we got Ragavan, regular retro border. I'm a bit excited about that. And a foil Primal Prayers extended art borderless. Let me know how much of this I got wrong, everybody. If you couldn't tell, I'm new to this. I'm kind of a little excited about some of the pulls here. I'm going to start moving to get some of these placed into sleeves. I am not kidding. I just don't think you're all going to want to sit and watch me sleeve up my cards. But I did want to share with you my first adventure in unboxing Magic the Gathering. I do want to plan on doing some more of these. I have a Modern Horizons 2 box, a set booster box I was thinking about doing. I also have a couple Time Spiral remastered as well. Additionally, I might want to start looking into some Marvel Universe cards as well, because I'm a 90s kid and I love those things. I don't think there's a lot of value in them anymore, but man, did I love those cards. But yeah, if anybody watches this, you have some interest, Give me some ideas of a box you might want me to open. All right. Thanks, everybody.